Today I'm here in Adopt Me to show you guys how you can get more crystal eggs. There was a recent update where they added a new pet to the crystal eggs, so I want to give you guys some tips and tricks so you guys can get more crystal eggs and hopefully be more likely to get the new pet. In case you don't know, you can get crystal eggs from the pet releaser, and you can find the pet releaser if you go to the nursery here. It is inside the nursery to the right over here. You can see the Dragonfruit fox, which is the new pet in this crystal egg here. This is the pet releaser. Mostly you can get pets that are in the game from the pet releaser, but the ones that are exclusive are the Dango Penguins, the Dragonfruit fox, and the Emberlight, and of course the Giant Panda. The rest you can pretty much get in the game. So mainly you are probably trying to get those pets, but you can get other pets with different rarities and everything. And depending on the egg you get, the more likely you are to get the rarer stuff. So from the basic egg, you are actually not able to get a legendary. So if you do want those special pets from the egg release, like the Dango Penguins and the Dragonfruit fox, you do need crystal eggs. Crystal eggs are a little more expensive and a little harder to get a bunch of. So hopefully this video will be helpful so you can get more crystal eggs and be more likely to get those exclusive pets. So just like the name suggests, you release pets to get these eggs, and you can just throw random pets in here. Like if you have a bunch of commons and things, you can add like a bunch of commons, but they're only worth like 90 points. And kind of a waste if you just throw in newborn uncommons and commons and pets that aren't really like leveled up fully. Since a legendary is harder to get, legendaries are worth more. And since you put more time into making them fully grown, the more points you get out of them. So I have a full grown alicorn, and I get 4,500 points out of one full grown alicorn, which is enough for the crystal egg. You do need 4,500 points for one crystal egg. So one legendary for one crystal egg is really not worth it either, because you might lose a lot of your value and you only get one. There is lots of different percentages here, and you are more likely to get stuff that is less rare. So putting in a legendary, you could get an ultra rare or a rare out of it and completely lose the value. You definitely want to get your value out of the pets. So what I recommend is making megas of commons or uncommon pets, just pets that you have a ton of. And I would try to stick with ones that are in the game rather than ones that are going to be harder to obtain, or just make sure that the pet isn't worth a lot so you don't lose the value and you get more out of it. So last time I did this, I threw in a few megas of commons and uncommons and got 10 eggs to hatch. I think doing it that way is way better, but obviously the rarer it is, the more points you get out of it. So there is a chart here that will be very helpful when you're doing this, that shows you the different rarities, the different ages, and neon and mega points. So I definitely recommend looking at this chart and using it because it can help a lot. The megas are worth a lot of points. You can get 20 eggs out of a mega legendary. I have a coconut friend that is a mega and it is 90,900 points. It is going to be worth a lot because it's a legendary and it's a mega and it's fully grown and everything. But I don't want to release this because it is worth a lot. So I would try to stick with ones that are available in the game. You can get an alicorn from these basic eggs that you can just buy with your bucks. So it is still available. And the other legendary to that is the ancient dragon. And I think you can get a dragonfly from that, but I'm not positive. I know you can get the alicorn and the ancient dragon from these basic eggs. So honestly, I would try to stick with pets like that you can just get straight out of these eggs. So you could buy a bunch of the cracked eggs since they're the cheapest. Get a bunch of these, hatch them, and then hopefully you can get a few good pets like ultra rares or legendaries. You're more likely to get commons and uncommons. and you can make megas of those. You can also hatch the Aztec eggs as well. You can buy these, or you could do your daily task board and get some eggs from the task board and open that up. Since it's free, it's a little easier to get these. But if you save up your money, I would recommend buying some Aztec eggs or cracked eggs or the basic pet eggs and stuff to try and get some commons and uncommons and rares and stuff. Level those up and put them into the releaser. Commons and uncommons are really good because they're not worth a lot. But if you were to put a mega common, it is 10,100 points, which is only 2 eggs. And then an uncommon is also not worth a lot. It's 12,625 points. But if you put quite a bit of these into the releaser, you can get quite a bit of points. The rarer they are, and if they're neon or mega, the more points you will get as well, just like the chart shows. So I honestly would try to stick with rares or ultra rares if you were trying to get a bunch and you don't want to give away a bunch of uncommon pets. And you can also stick with neon ultra rares and neon rares and stuff like that. Obviously the megas are going to be worth the most. If you're impatient and don't want to get a bunch of rares from those eggs, then making them into neons is a good option. But if you want to get the most out of your pets, then you might want to get 16 of them so you can make a mega. But that can take a while and that can take a lot of money if you don't have a lot of pets in your inventory. So I honestly recommend not giving away pets that you don't want to get rid of, obviously. Sticking with neons and megas and making sure that you have them all the way leveled up to get the most out of your pets. You want to level up quite a bit of pets so you can get a bunch of crystal eggs. But the main thing that is going to really help you here is just opening up eggs and hatching eggs if you don't already have a bunch of pets in your inventory. Cracked eggs will be a good option for commons and uncommons, but you can get the better eggs if you want rares or ultra rares or legendaries if you want to get more points. But saving up bucks will be the best thing for you. And then obviously if you're opening up crystal eggs, you'll get a lot of extra pets that you can turn into neons and megas as well and just send right back to the releaser, because all of these pets besides the exclusive ones that you only can get from the crystal eggs are available in the game. You're more than likely to get ultra rares from the crystal eggs, so if you can get a bunch of the same ultra rares, you want to make those into neons and megas if you do get enough, and then you can just send those right back into the egg releaser and kind of recycle them and get more crystal eggs out of it. Why is the Anza on my screen? But I hope this video was helpful. Hopefully you can get a bunch of crystal eggs and get those exclusive pets. If you have any tips, you can leave them down below in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!